let's discuss what is the difference between a person who is black versus a person who is African American versus who is biracial. I'm going to go ahead and tell you up front, I'm not providing the answer in this video. This is a collaboration. You leave a comment and that's the answer. And the reason I'm not willing to provide an answer because I know that there's not one. There's not a real answer to this. In American culture, there's a lot of confusion on this. Okay? Because, well, first of all, Nick, why are you even talking about race? Why are you so caught up in labeling people? Because here in the United States, it does matter. We have to constantly fill out forms telling our race and identity, etc. And then culturally, black culture exists. It would be actually racist for me to say, hey man, I don't see color. Oh, you're black, I didn't even notice. You're white, you're Mexican, I didn't even notice, man, because I'm colorblind. Nope, that's 80s, that's 1980s, 1990s. That's not legit anymore. Now it's, hey, I recognize you're of a different race and therefore likely of a different culture than me, and I respect the fact that I can not totally understand because I grew up differently from you, but I want to learn your value system, your culture. I want to understand. I want to find out what we have in common, and what I don't understand, I want to understand better. So that's how it should be. That's where a modern America is aspiring to be, at that place. No more, I'm colorblind. No. We appreciate the fact that people have a culture different than ours, even as fellow Americans, because of their race. Not always, but often. So there's black, which simply means that someone has ancestors from Africa. But even then, well, we can get technical. What about Egypt? That's Middle Eastern, that's right. And then there's African American, which ultimately means that you, at this point, you're something beyond a first generation American, but that you have ancestry going back to Africa. But then there's biracial, and that implies that one parent is white or not black, and one is black. So like President Obama, biracial. Not actually black, but biracial. But with that being said, in theory, every African American, in theory, is biracial, because I've yet to find one African American person who shared their DNA test and said, hey, I'm 100% African descent. There's no European in there. There's no Native American in there. There's no Jewish in there at all. I've yet to see anybody ever say that. And if we did find someone who said that, guess what? They're absolutely the exception to the rule, which proves that the general rule is true on that. That's what I'm willing to say. I'm just the conversation starter. I provide no answers. The conversation began here, and it continues right here in the comment section.